In a previous video, I had a similar eye look going on to the one I have on today, and a few of you commented that you wanted to see how I came up with it. So I'm going to redo this whole look for you. Let's get started. The palette that I used is the Melt Amor y Mariposas palette. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. I actually just took off the makeup that I had on a bit ago for the day. This is the end of my work day. But I will go through my usual process and let you know what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my primer here. This is a primer from Sigma. It's one of their primer sticks. Just going to use that as a base. And let me pull you in a little more. Okay. And I'm going to blend that out just with a brush. This is the Anissa Beauty concealer brush. Now, I did like some layering of shimmers and such. So I'm going to use this shimmer here, which is like a, it's like a bronzy gold. These two shimmers are sort of in the gold family. I'm going to use those two. And I'm also going to use this orangey shimmer. So basically I'm just going to do kind of like a gradient of those. So I'm taking the BK Beauty 209, and this is from the extension of their core collection. First tapping into that lighter gold and starting in the inner corner. Now I'm going to go into that deeper gold. Now this is like a flat brush. I don't know if I showed it. And I like to use this kind of brush when I'm using shimmers. I just find that they pick up a bit better if I'm not using my finger. So I started on the inner corner with that first gold, and this one I'm doing mostly on the lid, but also kind of continuing it back towards that inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with that orange shimmer. And if you don't have this palette, you can do the same thing, but with the palette that you have, whatever shades you have in those that are similar to these that I'm using. Now this brush has a very like small brush head, so it does take some time to layer up, but I'm okay with that. If you want to do it a bit faster, you can of course use a larger brush. I'm gonna actually try the 21 from Refer. And I'm bringing that just kind of a bit over the golds, going back in with the second gold and then back in with the first gold. So I'm really just trying to sort of like blend them together. So you can see that it's already coming together with that sort of gradient. Now, just based on the shape of my eye, I am going to start bringing those shimmers up a bit higher. So basically, I'm kind of like over the fold, going up towards the crease. Now, I really wanted to make this a very like orangey kind of look, so that's why the orange is sort of more prominent than the other shades. Now for the mattes that I'm going to use, I wanted to do sort of an elongated look. So I'm just going to go into these two deeper red shades here and just kind of go back and forth. One thing I've become more comfortable with is just kind of dipping into more than one shade at a time and kind of creating my own shade. So basically I'm taking this brush. This is a Sonia G Classic Crease brush. This is from her Sky set. And I'm really concentrating it on the outer part of my eye, but kind of lower also. And I'm bringing it out a bit more. Now, I think in the video that I did, the outer V was a bit deeper. So then I'm just going to take some deeper shades, these two right here, and add a bit more darkness to that outer part. Now I want to wipe this off a bit, get some of that extra pigment off, and then go back in and blend with the brush. Now I'm bringing this up a little bit, that deeper shade. I haven't added anything to the brush, so I'm just using what is already on my eye pretty much. I want to deepen that up a little bit. And then I want to like punch up the shimmers. So I'm going to go back into the shimmers. Basically with this eye look, what I did was just to keep building and kind of playing around until I had the desired like effect that I was going for. So these shimmers are really good to layer, and the mattes are really good to layer as well. The other thing that I did was, I believe I did a winged liner. So I am taking the Natasha Denona Macro Blade Liquid Liner. I like to use liquid liners. All right, so while that dries, I'm going to go back into the palette. We're still using the same colors, and I'm just going to do a bit of mixing the mattes to use for my lower lash line. So I'm just kind of tapping in all of them, all of the ones we already used. And this is a brush from Sydney Grace from their eye brush collection. And now that we have that down, just to capitalize on the darkness of the look, I'm going in with a black pencil liner, and this is one from Marc Jacobs. And I'm going to line that, just like intensifies it a little bit to give that smoky look that we are going for. Now let me also then put on a pair of lashes. These are Kiss lashes in Ruffle. I still have a bit of mascara on my lids, eyelashes, so I'm not going to worry about putting more on, but I will top those, or that, with lashes. And because I wanted to be a bit more dramatic, I did go for me, a more dramatic lash. This might not be dramatic for you at all, but the longer the lash, for me, the more dramatic. These are actually the same lashes I used in the look. I just cleaned them off after I took them off last night. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. And just to blend things out a bit more, I'm going to go into this light, almost like a light peachy mustard kind of color, just to take down a bit of the harshness of this area. There we go. So let me do this other eye really quickly and put on some face makeup, and I'll come back in and do the lips and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so now that we have all of that on, I'm going to do a lip. And so I'm going to take this sort of burgundy-ish lip liner, and this is from LA Girl, and it is in the shade Berry Wine. And I'm just going to line my lips. I really actually like the LA Girl pencils. And I love combining like a berry with orange. And then I'm taking this liquid lipstick, and it's sort of a maple color. I feel like it's perfect for fall. So any kind of like brownish, orangey lipstick will work for you. Ooh, child. That feels good to take that down. So here is the finished look. I feel like it's real like sultry, sexy fall vibes going on, or wear it whenever, however, whatever. But hopefully some of this was helpful. Be sure to keep taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.